Breaking overnight, an active shooter is dead in Waycross, Georgia, and multiple agencies are investigating and asking for anyone who has information to please come forward. Now the massive search to bring them home is stretching from South Florida all the way to South Carolina. A small glimmer of hope was dashed yesterday when the Coast Guard determined a pair of debris fields 50 miles off our coast were not related to their disappearance.
So we begin our team coverage.
A lot of headlines to get to today, but thank you for kicking off your Saturday with us. I'm Shelby Danielsen.
Steve and Joe are here. We got
Steve?
the warm coffee. You got some nice tea that smells good. Tastes
just
good.
Autumn-like. Just felt like tea weather.
Set up the Christmas decorations or do any of that, or maybe you did it last weekend.
I bet a lot of people are doing it right now.
You think so? Hope so.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, got the Christmas music blasting. Your favorite?
Judy Garland.
Judy Garland.
And you love some Springsteen.
Yeah, of course the oldies, Nat and Frank and all that stuff. But every time the Springsteen Santa Claus is Coming to Town comes on, it's just like, it just gets
time to put that tree up. I would take it today though. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, you want to? I
would take it today. You don't have to pay me to go to sleep.
Of course.
You know, we were just talking about though back in the day with dial-up. That's what kids need these days. I feel like.
Slow it
down.
No, I'm
instant
sorry, I didn't
screen
even
time. I know. I heard fireworks late into the evening last night.
Yep.
Were you able to watch any?
I didn't. I went to bed before that. I was too tired.
Yeah, I tried to go to bed. Steve, how about you?
I was out by like maybe 7 p.m.
Oh,
8
good
p.m.
for you. Okay. And we are live from Foxborough. It is finally game day, Gina. Should we do it?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Duval. We need to work on that.
Good.
Lake County are pushing for tighter security at local charter schools. They hope to secure funding from the school board to hire school resource officers. We are just one day away from the first game of the regular season for the Jags. Who's excited? Steve?
Let's go, Jags!
Woo! Assad's actions, they're calling them unacceptable, and they can't stand by and let that happen. They believe they've attacked the heart of their chemical weapons program. One of their core sites that produces chemical weapons, they said, is no longer in existence. They said they successfully hit the 3 targets overnight. It was just around this time last night that she was putting her 5-year-old daughter down to bed here at their home in Brentwood. In front of the home where Brianna Williams reported her daughter missing, you can see an outpouring of support from the community, balloons, stuffed animals, cards, and candles. And tonight we are learning new details about those remains uncovered in Alabama.
A little bit warmer, high of 58 degrees.
How ironic that my Chiefs jersey is the high tomorrow. What? Different story in St. Augustine right now. See just how deep it is. This entire intersection here was up past my boots. And Joe, if you can make your way over here or maybe shine your light, be very careful. I just want to show you guys an example. If you didn't see my live shot a little while ago, our dunes did such a great job, but they were all the way up here. And then the waves, you can see, pushed it all the way back here. Look behind me right now across the street. This is unfolding. I'm going to get out of the way. Her daughter was inside. Did you see her cross the street, ma'am?
I saw her across the street, yes.
So she's okay.
She okay. Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Transition team.
Are you really going to ask a question about if he goes to church with me? What does going to church with me have anything to do with public policy or business?
My question was, do you feel like your personal relationship is a conflict of interest?
No.
City council members brought me the concern. I think in fairness, I was just bringing it to you to get your response. Do you think it would have been a bad idea to disband it?
Look, they set up committees on any given day. I think the council president set up a committee on parks at the beginning.
I know, but JEA is the biggest asset.
I don't.
What do you have to say about the license plate report that you denied making? So you didn't have red light tickets?
No, I did not.
You said it in the police report.
I said that my tag was stolen, not red light, some pass.
Okay. I mean, do you want to see the report?
It's not.
How do you know for a fact that it was from the store?
I don't know.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get answers. We first told you at 5 about the 10,000 gallons of wastewater that spilled out of this lift. And I can tell you, since we've been here, the stench has grown a lot worse. It happened in less than 2 feet of water, and our own Tim Deegan, I'm gonna bring him in because Tim, you were here just this morning. Did you see any sharks? Several witnesses describe an action-packed 20 minutes here at the airport. They described about 6 officers running down from the front of the airport and then coming down here to TSA. They went through and around security, according to witnesses, in an effort to stop and catch that suspect before he could make his alleged getaway. I want you guys to take a look at this bus stop. This is where a lot of people hop off, and when they do, they really only have one direction to go. The sidewalk may go that way, but this is the direction most people are going. Last night, this church here was hosting a service, and the congregation had to be escorted out by police after this unfolded. And the shooting happened over here. I can take you over to this police tape. This is part of the perimeter they have set up. This place is rocking right now with everything and everyone Jaguars. Just take a look at that line outside of Game On. So let's take a quick look back at the journey here.
What a grab! Touchdown, Jacksonville. Try for the Jaguars.
Whoa, not that journey. I'm going to leave the X's and O's to Chris Porter. I'm talking about the actual trek of Saxonville fans to Boston. We're just asking people what they think of the Gate gas station that's being built down the street. Right, one word, black if it's a good thing, red if it's not so good. Here's one way of looking at it. It's kind of like a game of Monopoly. We'll start with the mayor over here on St. James Place. Fitting since City Hall is called the St. James Building, and it's connected to the community and a lot of money that's involved, as we know. And JEA, in part, is over here in the electric company. Now that's the part some council members are suggesting that they sell. Some council members like Schellenberg and Gulliford say they could net $5 billion from selling the electric side of JEA, while the water and sewer side, they said the city could retain. Other council members like Crescent-Binney say fat chance getting that kind of money. So on one hand, we have people who want to sell JEA. They want to pass go, collect the money, and pay for some downtown development. But on the other hand, you have those who are asking, is JEA priceless?
The magnitude of this case demanded that it be solved.
It was literally just terrifying.
First of all, my daughter must have been a very brave girl at that moment. And she probably fought him off. I left for vacation and gave her a kiss goodbye.
That was the first time Diane Stein left her daughter home alone overnight. It was the last time she ever saw her.
This is one of the situations where they call you in the middle of the night and give you the news that your daughter has just been murdered.
She was in Mexico with other family when that call came in.
I want to go home and help my daughter, but she's not alive. But that's the first thing a mother thinks. Oh, I want to go home real quick.
3,000 miles away, she was helpless.
I cried all the way home.
Janelle was her firstborn, just 18 years old at the time.
She was happy, finally.
Do you know what she wanted to do?
She didn't talk to me yet. We got robbed of all those things. I robbed my daughter of her sister sharing their children in life.
Diane can remember strange phone calls in the weeks before the murder.
He did it in a child's voice that was some kid just fooling around. And he would say, "I'm gonna kill you," in a low but almost childish voice on the phone.
Decades later, with phone records from other victims, investigators believe it was the Golden State Killer.
He usually watches people for a little while. He got in through my slider.
Was it locked?
I thought it was, but she had just called a friend and heard a noise.
Janelle was found by their realtor the next evening.
Walked in with somebody to show the house. He found her on the bed dead.
Officers say she was bludgeoned to death in their Irvine, California home.
He tied him up with marine knots and laid him there and raped him and did whatever he wanted to do to him.
After 40 years on the run, Joseph D'Angelo was arrested.
Someday maybe we'll get a chance to talk to him, and I'd like to ask him, why did he pick my house? I guess this is all Mother's idea of sadness. But she still lives. She still lives on in the story.